I was looking at trying to count the vowels in my name. Castronovo, and
a lot.
Cannistraci. I mean, that's a lot of vowels, and I think this is the way it should be from now on. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big 105.9, the Paul Castronovo Show. Today, starring comedian Tara Cannistraci. Hey, paisano, what are you doing? I was told.
It takes a Castronovo to be able to pronounce Cannistraci because nobody's ever gotten that right.
I would have said Cannistraci, but it would have had to have.
Well, that's the correct way.
Oh.
That's the correct way.
See?
I Americanize it and say Cannistraci.
You disappoint me. You disappoint me a
sorry.
little bit. No, a little bit. So Tara,
Yes.
we have a little bit, a little backstory together. She doesn't realize it. One of my good buddies is Joey Coco Diaz.
Oh, love Coco.
So she
Uncle Joey.
I know. Didn't you guys work together and didn't you do his show?
I did the Sony Hall residency with Uncle Joey. He put me on as his opener, which was incredible.
He's so funny and such a good guy. And now that he's
Such a good guy.
living in New York, Paul, I don't text. You got to call me. I don't text. So Tara.
He does the check-in, though. Most people don't call. He calls.
He does.
That's what makes him so special.
Out of the blue. Hey, I just call to see if you're alive. You okay? You alive? All right, good. I don't travel anymore. I do my job. I do my thing. I smoke my bone and my daughter. I got my daughter.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's it.
Tara, this is weird because you get this Italian-American comedian who's playing the Shamrock Comedy Club at the Field Irish Pub. I've had a lot of buddies play that room. It's a great room.
Oh, I'm excited for it. Yeah. I'm
but
really
no linguine, marinara, nothing.
Well, I mean, there's a big debate now if St. Patrick actually was Italian.
Please elaborate. I got to hear this one.
Where he was born was actually considered now Great Britain, but he was from Roman descent. And he was kidnapped to Ireland. And brought Christianity there, which is why he is the patron saint of Ireland. However, parents of Roman descent. So I feel like Shamrock Comedy Club is calling me.
All right. And the show's Tuesday night.
It is a return to roots. Yes.
This is
my show is Tuesday night.
So they got to serve a little marinara, little marinara.
Oh, you say it correctly as well. Yes.
It's a shame you and I didn't meet years ago. I mean, who knows?
Who knows?
You never know. Tara Cannistraci, even though they say it, Cannistraci, is playing the Shamrock Comedy Club on Tuesday night. It's a special night. They got 4 comics, and you can get your ticket at eventbrite.com. It's a 7:30 show. You go in, you get a little shepherd's pie. She comes on and kills, and then you go home. You're home. But one other question about your career. Do you work with Chaz Palminteri?
I do. I co-host Neighborhood Logic on the Chaz Palminteri Show, which is his podcast.
So we had him on the show years ago, and he always does the Bronx Tale touring thing, and he was doing it down here at the Broward Center. And I had him on, and then like 2 or 3 days later, he was sitting at a cafe in Boca Raton, or as us New Yorkers would say, Boca Raton. And I stopped, and when you see Chaz Palminteri, he's a very striking figure. He looks like a mobster. I mean, he's a big dude, looks like a mobster, always plays him. And then he's got the pinky ring, and he embraces the look. And he's got the pinky, and he goes, "Hello, Paul. How are you?"
But he's so mild-mannered.
You're right.
And it's the complete opposite. Of what you would think.
You would think he'd be afraid and intimidating to talk to, but he was a very sweet Italian guy.
Yeah.
Well, I had a question, Tara. Yesterday we were talking to Nick Swartzen about his incident from 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you saw the video from Colorado where he basically was pulled off stage.
They shut off his mic
for being too effed up.
I saw the pull off.
And we asked him. He's like, yeah, that was by far the worst on-stage moment. Do you have anything even close to that remotely?
Oh, I mean, not through intoxication, but I've had times where I've been like questioning my whole life choice of why I do what I do.
It is
while
really...
I'm currently on stage. For the most part, those thankfully are a few and far between. But no, I've never experienced
I think
stand-up
comedy has got to be the most difficult form of entertainment there is. And I know that from a personal, I don't mind getting on stage and hosting and emceeing things and but when you got to get up there and do a routine, and if the audience isn't right, You know the worst thing I ever did to any one of my interns and employees on this show, and I believe that, and I've done some dumb things back in the stunt radio days, but we took this kid, his name was Oh My God Mike, we called him, and we put him on stage. Ralphie May, the late great Ralphie May, was in on the joke. I know, one of my dear friends. He was in on the joke, and Mike said he wanted to try stand-up comedy. So he worked up we told him, Ralphie said, if you work up a 10-minute routine, we'll let you come on stage. Well, what he didn't know is while he was in the green room, we told the audience to not even bat an eye, not to smile.
My
and
God.
Tara, he started crying. You know, like it was well, when we told him what we did to him, because we played the audio back and it was just crickets. He'd do a joke and you'd hear like a cough.
What a terrible.
I know.
He still doesn't speak to Paul to this day.
We haven't spoken. It was been a decade. We haven't spoken. No.
No.
Oh, no. It was a funny bit.
Did he ever try it again, though? I'm curious. Did he ever go back up?
He's a beer distributor. He's a beer distributor.
Because once you get that first genuine laugh, it's like an addiction.
Yeah. You
want to feel that feeling again.
I won the a local Budweiser Young Comedians thing back in the day, and I opened for Richard Lewis, who recently passed, and it was a big deal. It was 10,000 people, and they gave me 10 minutes, and I walked up and I did a couple of jokes and a couple of impressions. It was the 80s. And Richard was a huge star at the time. I mean, big, one of the biggest names in stand-up.
Oh, my God, in the 80s, forget it.
And he was so handsome, right? Anyway, I get up, and this guy in the front row is giving me the slit your neck, what do you call that?
Cut it off.
Yeah. And so I turned around, and I walked off after 1 minute. And Richard goes, what are you doing? I go, well, the guy told me to get off the stage. He goes, dude, you were being heckled. And Tara, I never did stand-up again. I'm like, that's it. I'm going to have a nice little radio career. I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's hard, that feeling of nobody responding.
Or say, get off the stage, loser. Like, what? I mean, I was just trying. They wanted to see Richard Lewis. They didn't want to see me. Anyway.
Well, at that time, he was so big. You know, it was very hard, I think, back in the day to open up for people like that. Even when I open up for Vic DiBitetto or Joey Diaz, I always realized, once I owned that audience, that was the biggest accomplishment. Because those kind of comics, like a Richard Lewis or Andrew Dice Clay, they have those huge cult followings. And so when you win them over, you feel like you won everything.
Well, you know what you're going to have at the Shamrock Comedy Club on Tuesday inside the Field Irish Pub? You're going to have, get off the stage! Get off the stage, you little Italian, you little princess!
No.
Get off the...
I'm pretty confident now, at this point in my career, I'm pretty confident now I'll have Tara Cannistraci.
That's right.
So that's what feels great about it.
I'm here to see Tara Cannistraci. Who's this Cannistraci woman? Tickets are $15, $25 for a VIP and a meet and greet, $10 for obstructed view, which I always find funny.
I prefer the obstructed, yes. That way I can't be pinpointed.
Oh, really? Have you seen me? No.
Tara, you're a beauty, and you're very funny, and thank you for coming on, all right?
Thank you for having me, guys.
Get your
Thank you
tickets.
so much.
Get your tickets for Tuesday night show at the Field Irish Pub and Eatery to see Tara at eventbrite.com, and be well, okay?
Bye, everybody.